What happened?
Nothing.
You turn your phone off. You smell good. What you wearing?
Views expressed here are not supported by and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Hey, how are you this Thursday evening, a rainy day, live from New York? How are you, Nina? It's Chris.
I'm good, Christopher. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. Welcome to the Chris and Nina Real Estate Podcast, where we talk business, we talk real estate, and a little bit of social media. How you doing? How was your week?
A whole lot of social media. That's what I've been doing all week long.
Yes, indeed. When you're in real estate, you got to market.
Yeah.
And show.
We've been trying to stay consistent on social media. It's so less intimidating, I should say. We are starting to enjoy it because we're finally getting used to it. So it's actually cool.
Exactly. And speaking of social media, are you on X, Nina?
Am I on X? Why did I hear it before?
Yes, because
a new social media?
No, it's not new. Somebody who I don't understand why decided to change the name of Twitter to X.
I mean, is it a change of name or they may have sold?
No, it's a change. Well, they sold it and then now they changed the name to X. So when I think of X, I'm thinking of a drug. I'm not thinking of social media, right? I'm not thinking of companies all day sending X out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's what they normally do when they sell out even a building when is under new management, they replace the name. But so they really sold the social media platform.
Twitter changed the Twitter to X. This is one of the worst name changes I have ever heard of.
So probably they're trying to make it more clickable, where you're going to be able to recognize it faster. I mean, I guess
nothing good is connotated with the term X. You think of X, you think of adult films, you think of X,
that's what I just thought of.
You think of drugs, you know what I mean? Why couldn't it? You know, there's some great name changes. Cassius Clay became Muhammad Ali. We love Muhammad Ali, right? Irvin Johnson became Magic. We love Magic. Matter of fact, when I was in college, all the women loved a Magic Johnson.
That's right.
Yeah, but no, we got X.
Well, I guess it's there must be something good behind it, so we shall see.
I don't know. I'm so close to deleting that app.
How much did they sell it for? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Interesting. I think we should look into that. Okay,
yeah,
very
we should,
interesting.
But I'm not doing X, guys. I'm not doing it.
Which platform was sold again? Twitter, you said?
Yes, it's no longer Twitter. It's X.
I don't know about Twitter either. I didn't like the name Twitter.
I love the name Twitter. I used to like tweeting. I don't like Xing. I don't want to X anything.
Yeah, well, I didn't see it honestly, but who cares? As long as we get to use it and use it for our benefit. We are very active on Facebook and Instagram, but I guess we should try that new platform.
And out. TikTok be TikTok on fire. Love me some. Matter of fact, guys, we're going to put together a little five-borough dance and TikTok the hell out of it. Hey.
We're already dancing on TikTok. Oh, boy.
You are?
I mean, not me myself.
Oh, but... no, guys. We're going to get Nina the Great over here. You know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you're going to see her do the the Harlem Shake. You know?
Yeah, no. But good news, this week we got another building, full building for rent. We're so excited. I really, that night that I actually posted, the night that we continued and went out with
Yes.
the office that you didn't come to. We were, what are you looking at? We
That
put
was
it in the group.
guys. Nina invites you out like in the midnight hour, like you don't have a family and kids. Like,
That's not true.
like you ain't like if you have other plans and you messing with Nina, you might as well cancel them. Like it was
Don't make me bet you right now.
like out of nowhere. You
'Cause you're
want
gonna lose.
you want to go to the edge? I'm like, what? I gotta go tuck my kids in.
But like 7 of us came, so that was fun.
7 of who?
So, what do you mean? 7 of us came.
7 of who?
I just posted it on social media.
Man, she posted, like I said, if you're free, you're there. If you're not, you don't make it. You don't know.
Very
you don't know
spontaneous.
yes, like 5 minutes before. So if you just
Yeah, okay.
happen to have some good clothes, like one girl had to go home.
Exaggerating.
One girl's like, oh, I gotta go get my dancing shoes, and she had to go put on. She was in slippers. She came in some chacletas.
I am sure nobody believes you right now.
Listen, if you're in the office, call up. Let's let these people know. Nina, don't give you no warning.
So facts, okay? Fun fact, I actually put it also on social media. That was the text on the post that I put. You have to take your colleagues, your workers, your employees, your partners, anyone that you work with, you need to know how to separate from work and just go out and forget sometimes. Not only it puts you closer to work, but mentally it clears your brain. It makes you want to do more. It makes it more fun to make more, and it somewhat resets your brain after an insane work day.
You know what that's
important.
called? You know what that's called?
Let's hear it.
Team building. It makes the
Yeah.
team great when you go out, you hang out, right?
Yeah.
But don't mess around with no bananas like Liz on them. That's not how you team build. No.
No, but truthfully speaking, it was so much fun. It was a good reset that day because we worked so hard. We filmed so much that we didn't even get to post yet. We posted just naturally we took out the phone and we posted that video that also went viral. I was so happy with the results, right?
Yes.
So it's a big building in the Bronx. It's the 3rd building that we're working with, and it is huge and it's a success, and thank God we're doing well. And I need everyone who thinks about real estate to come and join us. If you have real estate experience, you're more than welcome to come and learn. There's so much to do. And I want to let you know that we don't necessarily call for newcomers because we're not the agency that will, give you all these tutoring and training that you expect to have once you come into the real estate. And I'm straight up, I'm not going to waste nobody's time. We are simply hustlers who just organically looking to work and hustle, reach out to contacts and work on everything that we have. So if they come, I just ask them to join us and hear out and learn.
Now, I've been in the game for a minute. And I've been around to different places. And so being here at Five Borough, the difference that I see being here and while I'm still here, besides the podcast, is that Nina, I don't know how she does it. I don't know if she made a deal with the devil. I don't know. She gets busy and she has product to move. Right. And so a lot of difficulties in other agencies and other places where you could work is everybody's fighting for scraps because they're fighting for leads when there's no properties that the company's giving you the keys to that is your in-house listing. Am I correct?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. It's mainly persistency. It's really keeping in touch and knowing and remembering who you've worked with before, because a referral is your best business card, they say. If you've done right by someone and tomorrow someone asks them how you've been doing, the fact that they say even if you say they've done well, they've done okay, they got the job done. Nothing is easy, but then this is what you live off of. You want to make sure that even not all the time you make so much money off of that one deal, you need to expect and to believe in yourself in the future that you're going to make more someplace else. So it's not all the time about money. It's your word. It's your word. And I'm a man of my word. And I say it at least once a day to people who question my work sometimes, those who don't know me. I always say, it's not all about money. And if I make sure that I give you my word to do something right, I will get it done, even if I, God forbid, lose. This is where business is.
Right. And see, my wife is also an agent, right? And she's also a broker too, but you're a broker, she's a broker. The thing about real estate isn't like you can't sit around and celebrate. You could celebrate a closing, but you always have to have that next thing, that next deal, that next rental, you can't fly too high, you can't fly too low. You have to keep it going, right?
Mhm.
And you as a broker, your job is to make sure your team eats, right?
Mhm.
Your team job.
Not all the time.
No. What I'm saying by make sure,
but I'll tell you why. But I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What I mean is like, yes, they have to do what they're supposed to do, right? But you also have to create avenues for them to succeed, right? You have to meet in the middle. You can't. The broker's never going to just feed one agent and just give them all the business. No, but they're going to set you up for success. And you only fail if you don't step up and do what you need to do when you say hustle, right?
Yeah.
We have to bring something to the table.
Correct.
Right? Because if you need to teach us and nurture us, and you might not make any money.
Correct.
Because like I said last week, you get Nina on the phone. You got to be faster. You got to talk real fast to get Nina on the phone. She ain't teaching you nothing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't even think she hear you, to be honest with you, until you say, oh, it's in contract. Everything else would be like blah, 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 blah. Because she's playing chess, and so you can't come up to her with some checkers and she's playing chess. So you have to figure it out and come with solutions. So that's why I say you meet in the middle. Right? She'll give you the keys, but if you crash the car, that's on you.
True. Exactly like you said, you're holding the steering wheel, and if you're gonna know that you're going to hustle, it doesn't matter where you go and what company you join. It's all up to you. As for me specifically, personally, what I do, and yes, I know people and I bring work to the table. I cannot do it all on my own, and you need to know how to share. Being greedy in this business will give you no business.
Being greedy in this business will give you some iron bracelets, because then you're constantly trying to hit a grand slam, and then you take shortcuts, and then you'll be in court.
God forbid. Correct.
And you don't want to hire somebody like that either, where you're tiptoeing the line of legal and illegal because you want to make some money.
True. So you need to know how to share. So back to what I was saying, I happen to have the ability to bring a lot of properties to work with. So I know and I like and I need to share with our agents, with our colleagues, to ensure that we get the deal done, because it's not just about bringing business, and then it's not just about slapping it on the market and then wait for it to move. You need to be there to sell. And if I bring you to our team to work together, we need to work likewise. We need to be looking, not physically, but looking, talking, having similar knowledge to be able to sell and move that product, right?
Yep.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing because the craziest thing that people are not going to understand is seeing the agent when they're broke and seeing the agent when they start closing 3 or 4 deals, and then you like, and then they're thinking they're your boss, like I'm the man. I just closed 3 deals, and the next thing you know, we got to find a new agent because it's bye.
It's very unmotivating, especially, when you work on something and it blows up, unfortunately. But this is why you work on things simultaneously. You work on a few things simultaneously. You make sure that you don't just run this one deal, because you never know what could happen. A deal is not a deal until it closes. And before you know it, things could either close super fast, or you can work on something again, God forbid, for like 2 years, and then it doesn't necessarily close. Very unmotivating. One just happened to me. I've been working on this file for so long, and then the dude got a cold feet. Very hard. What are you going to
Yes.
do? Going to make them leave? Going to say, hey, you got to sell? That's their house. That's where they grew up
Right.
in.
Right.
So that's why you have to work on a few things simultaneously and make sure that you do your best. There's only so much you can do. But always remember, the number one killer of deals is what? Do you know, Chris? Killer of deals.
Killer of deals. Greed.
No.
Lawyers.
No. No.
Really? You sure?
They are
They
definitely
are.
on the list.
They are. What is it?
Yes.
Communication.
Almost. No. But also on the list.
Okay.
Number one deal killer is
Go ahead.
time. Time. If you don't follow up on time,
Okay.
if you don't move things on time, if you don't push, whether it's an appraisal, a contract that was signed, it wasn't submitted on time, the dude filed for a new car before you put it in. Time is the number one deal killer. Make sure that you follow up on everything on a timely manner.
And that's why you have to have a good team, because no one person is an island, right?
Yeah.
There's sometimes you have to delegate, and sometimes we support each other. And it's not about how much, well, for me, how much I'm going to get because I made a call. Like, really, dude? Like, no, what comes around goes around. Like, we really support. And not only that, it creates a great energy, a great balance, everybody has their time to shine. You know, I was talking to an agent. I'm like, look, you may right now, you're trying to figure things out. Be patient. I've seen different agents work through the tough times and get a landslide of money that when it just all comes together and it happens, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So you always also want to save they call it for the darkest day. You made a deal happen. Don't make $1 and spend $3.
Yep.
Save it, keep it together, keep it for an investment, keep it for a deal that you want to go in with a partner. So this is something that we want to make sure that we keep and not close one deal and fly to Europe.
Yeah.
Right after closing.
Yeah, sit there and pay. And the next thing you know, you owe because the government don't take taxes out of our money. We have to pay our taxes. We get all our money up front, but then Uncle Sam comes and say, hey, we get, what is it, 30 to 35%, unless you have your own business and you finagle it to lower that percentage down. But you have to pay a percentage of everything you get to Uncle Sam. Am I correct?
Yeah. So you have to pay percentage. You're talking about what? Capital
Commission.
gain?
No, commission. Like when you get your commission and you get paid, you can't spend it without thinking that you're not, because there's no taxes. You get paid straight from your commission, which you're supposed to get, but you have to pay taxes. However you do it, if you do it quarterly or yearly, you have to budget for that.
Correct.
You can't go off and buy a fur coat and be traveling first class and, buying helicopters or whatever. And then next thing you know, oh, I didn't pay taxes, which happens to people when they get a lot of money.
Correct. As a matter of fact, I was wondering, someone was talking to me about 1031 exchange, something that I heard they changed up a little bit. Do you know anything about that?
1031 exchange is when you're selling your house to buy another house, right?
Correct. But time-wise, do you know what's the timing as for how fast you need to buy? Because it used to be a 30 with an extension of another 30 with an extension of another 30.
Okay.
So all in all should be 90. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, someone told me that it's 45 days even, and that's it.
Wow.
So I was really surprised to know that. But you sell, you need to definitely calculate those things, whether it's your primary home or not, because then not only you have to pay transfer taxes, city, state, you also need to pay capital gain. So
what is your like in this business? What is like other than money? Let's just say you don't get paid money, right? Let's just say you get there's no money you can make that's going to be like, let's just say you're going to make a lot of money. Let's put it that way. So take money off the table.
Okay.
What excites you to wake up every day in this business?
It's funny because we've done that a couple of days ago. We did reels that we're going to advertise soon. What excites me? I think it's the satisfaction. And people may hear me and say she's so BSing right now because everybody loves money. Yes, I love money, but what I really truthfully enjoy is the satisfaction, is to see the people getting so excited to buy their home, to plan. When they ask me to, when right before closing, when they ask me permission to go into the house to start measuring with their new furnitures, that you see their happiness and excitement in their face. And I love it. I just love it. And yes, I love money, but that satisfaction really gets me going. So that's what makes me going.
See, me, I'm happy when I love bringing people together, right? We put this
Okay.
podcast together. When we come in and we have those office meetings and people are happy because
Wow, I love that.
they're getting commissions or they're figuring it out.
Yeah.
And I love just seeing the process, right? Like going from, some of these houses we have, you don't want to be in them, right? Going from that stage to just seeing the end process of how luxurious they become. It's a beautiful thing. It's just kind of like taking someone off the street, cleaning them up, and then they're becoming a professional. It's like similar to that, like just watching the transformation, and then you do it over and over and over. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah. And you mentioned coming together and meeting everyone at the office meetings. Do
Yes.
you know how important it is in real estate to get together? Yes, sometimes, a lot of people run to me and they say, wow, you do so much fun for them and you guys are getting together so much. And they think I'm bored doing this sometimes. But you know what? And again, thank God, every time we get together with agents who haven't seen each other, a deal happens. So I'll give you the quickest example. Last office meeting, we haven't had one in like 2 weeks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But last office meeting, an agent came with a possible rental. She said, oh, the guy wants to rent it. I don't know what to do. I'm going to look for someone. And then another agent said, but that's exactly where my client wants to be. Is he not going to want to sell it by any chance? I have a buyer that could pay this amount of money. And she said, you know what? Fine. Let me try to convince him. She calls him up right there and then. He said, okay, fine. Let me see what you can get me. Dude, they left the meeting, drove straight there. Thankfully, it was like 12, 15-minute ride. They went there. He called up the buyer. They met over there and they got the deal in contract.
Yes.
Love. I love it. You never know. You
never
always need to be in office meetings. And you know what? A lot of realty companies make you come to the office every morning at 10 o'clock. 9, 10. At least once a day, you have to come into the office.
Yes.
I don't make people do that. I don't believe in it so much. I do believe in getting people together, but I don't believe in making someone come to the office every day. People have lives.
I have a different philosophy. In my opinion, if you're in the office, you're not making money, even though now times are changing.
Yeah.
To me, the money is outside. It's out there. That's where the money is. That's where the people are, right? That's where, can I take your order, sir? Like, can I help you? What do you need, right? What are you going through? You want to move upstate? So we need to find you a place upstate and sell this home because yes, you're downsizing, right? So how can I but when you come into the office, sometimes if you have an issue, you bring it to the office, we discuss it. We it's a think tank. We come together, get you a solution and move forward. And you know what I love? Some of the agents, like the other day, someone called me and said, Chris, I forgot to call you. Your words meant so much to me. Thank you so much. I'm good.
That's so cute.
I'm good. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I'm good. I don't really, because I'm not really talking to you for a thank you. I just heard something and had an opinion that may have mattered for your situation.
Yeah. It's very important to meet and to come to the office at some point, but maybe not every day. It just depends, I guess, on the nature of the type of real estate. Some people make cold calls. Some people make meetings. Some people do door knocking. Some people make, mailers. I'm not saying that it's legal, but I'm just giving examples of different scenarios. But Everyone, that's the beauty of real estate, that you could do so much.
Yes.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that your realtor, that your Sundays are gone, or that your nights are, screwed up, or that your vacation is going to be ruined. Even though they always make fun of realtors on vacations. Do you see that on Instagram?
Yeah, because that's you. Yeah.
It is me.
In the swimming pool, like, hey, she's not in the street, she's in the swimming pool on the phone.
When they ask me to go on vacation, and I don't go on a lot of vacations, I like my spot. Okay, I like my home, I like my schedule. When they ask me to go on vacation, especially when it's in the busy season, okay, which is basically always
all the time. Yeah.
I tell them, listen, I'll go wherever you guys want as long as you let me work. Like, I'll be with you wherever you want. Just please don't be mad at me if I work. Because that's
her husband loved the guy. He packed her bag, didn't tell her she was going. She woke up, she was like, I was upset because we had a podcast that night, but I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand it at that point. But listen, guys, if you are in Fireborough Realty and they're watching, Nina should have that chip that you put in the brain instead of a phone, because she's always on the phone from 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever time, working, like I said, playing chess, getting things done.
Right. And I'm not playing, for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? No, I mean,
I know what you mean.
Speaking. So, yeah. But at the same time, Nina, how do you turn it off? Like, I don't, like I said, like, I feel like even when you're not on the phone and somebody's talking to you, like, and how like they can have words on the top of your head of what you're thinking or something like that. Like, you're probably thinking of a deal. Like, oh, should I call this owner back?
But it's not that I'm hearing and not listening. I'm listening, but simultaneously I'm multitasking.
She's multi-thinking. Like
multi-thinking. Yeah, multi-thinking. That's the right word to say. But then you tell me, when do you take off? But you really do what you love, because when you do what you love, you're not really working.
Yeah, but can real estate be an addiction?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I am fine. Yeah. Hi, I'm Nina Ziporah.
I'm high on real estate.
I am workaholic, specifically,
and
real
it's not
estate
just
addicted.
You. I see my wife the same way, like it's just this.
Put it this way, it's a good addiction, it's a good addiction. I mean, of course, nothing too much is ever too good. Nothing. But when you try to balance yourself, at least as much as you try, as much as you can, then everything falls into place. But nighttime and Shabbat, like, Friday nights until Saturday nights, my phone is obviously completely off. And that's when the family has me, even Saturday night through Sunday morning.
So give us, what do you do when the phone's off? And I wanted to stop by your house and just experience Shabbat. I've been meaning to ask the fam if I could come through. I know that we're not supposed to, but I just want to see this.
So as you know, they're begging us to shove a camera to our lives at least 7 hours a week, not 7 days. We may give in and do this soon. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting because we don't stop. We're not just boring people, you and I. And I shoved you to get this done first, a day in Chris's life. We want to know what you guys think. What do you think for a day in Chris's life and then a day in Nina's life? But anyways, sorry, what?
I wish I had a camera on the other day. I was in his house with all these animals and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I was shook. Got the hell out of there.
And I almost got killed on East Flatbush listing agreement. Wow. One of the kids she had a mental illness. She's bipolar. And she decided that she doesn't like me. And girl came at me, and thank God the mother was there to protect me. And I acted like I'm not afraid, but deep inside my heart, I was dying. Like, it was so bad.
So listen, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about that, but we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Sure, fine.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Chrissy, here to let you know that the Evening Rush Network now has an app. Yes, an app, you guys. So you can stay connected on the go and watch all your favorite podcast shows. You can download the app at Google Play Store or Apple iTunes. So spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, if you're looking to start a podcast and really don't know how, well, hit us up at the Evening Rush Network at gmail.com and inquire about time slots, pricings, and everything you may need to get started. We got you. Join the winning team, the Evening Rush Network. And also, download that app. What are you waiting for? Get to it.
Hi, we're
Hey,
back.
I thought the commercial. All right. Yeah. I guess next week. Yes. Welcome back. So Nina, man, we can't be losing you on these deals, man. We got to hire security.
It was.
I know some people.
No, as funny as it is, yes,
It's not
we should
funny.
hire security sometimes. You just would never think you're going to meet an older lady who owns a house, personally owned, privately owned.
Mm,
Shouldn't be a big deal, right? You go
Right.
to her house, and the next thing you know is that the granddaughter who lives downstairs in the basement has mental illness, and
wow.
she doesn't like to see new people. And I was there to see the house. The lady lives upstairs. She tells me, okay, go downstairs. And I go and I walk in. The daughter, hi. I say hi to the mother. The daughter sees me and she went ape s.
Wow.
Okay. She came at me running, and I'm not gonna say I'm used to it. I'm used to it from dog point of view. Like whenever dogs come at me
Right.
aggressively, I right away I play with them and I say, and I, as much as I'm afraid of animals.
But why is it always women and you? It's like maybe I think it was an issue with one guy, but it's mostly women, like always the aggressor with you.
Honestly, it just happened to have been someone who's mentally ill,
Right.
Yeah, she was mentally ill, and it was very scary. I had another agent with me that day, and she was so scared. It's one of her first listing appointments that she
Wow.
was with me. And then she came at her. I stood up. Of course, I would always protect whoever I bring in. I stood up and I was ready to take it. As much as I was scared, I said, of course, I would never let anyone get hurt. So I was there, and then the mother came in last second. Neighbor realized it. She knew about the situation on how the kid is. Called the police right away. It was a whole show. But I got what I needed to get on a timely matter, and we were out. We were long gone. It was very scary. We got the listing, yeah.
I don't know if I would want that list. I like, how do you do a showing? Anyway, but that's neither here nor there.
They took her. They took her to a facility.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Every now and then they do that, and then they just let them go. Because the kid, I call her a kid. She was 30. How old? She said she was in her 30s. Yeah.
Well, she's a big kid.
Big kid, yeah. But she acts childish because the mental illness. But very scary.
And that's the challenging part in this business, that we have to unfortunately deal with different mentalities when you walk into a home. When I do appraisals, sometimes, unfortunately, I have to do foreclosure appraisals. And so I went into this one house, and it wasn't I don't know how these people lived in this home. It was terrible. And so this little old lady was showing me around, and then her husband came out, and he kept ice grilling me, like as if I owed him money or something. I never.
Man.
Yeah. So at the end, he walks me out. He grabs my hand, looks me in the eye, and says, "If you ever come back, I'll kill you."
I had that too, yeah.
And I looked at him and said, "I ain't never coming back to this nasty ass house." Like, pardon my language, I don't want to come back here. Like,
No, yeah.
And I left. But I don't need to fight you or argue with you or get into it,
because it's not worth it.
Because
it's not worth the risk.
It's not even about a risk. Your situation's already terrible. I wouldn't want to live. This is before COVID. I needed a mask. It was funky in that house. Like, you're already going through something that there's no need for me to pile on. We don't need to fight. You already fighting something else.
Yeah. No, it is. It's definitely scary. This business is not all roses and.
No, you're gonna work for your money.
Yeah,
you're gonna work for your money.
Hard,
But at the end of the day, when I left, I really wish that I could have helped them in that situation. Right. I really wish I had the ability to disarm him and find out what they needed, but because the house was funky, it was hot. I had to get up out of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I could not deal with that situation in that time. And also I had another appointment. But sometimes, you know, we think of the action, right? And not take a step back and realize mental illness, realize desperation. And sometimes people, even though they're in a bad situation, they're also being attacked by a million people who are trying to like offer
get them out.
Yeah, like try to sell them pie in the sky and really just steal their house.
Very scary.
So yes, it's a very scary business in so many ways. So sometimes I just have to find grace to when people come at you with that anger as if you're putting them in foreclosure, right?
Yeah.
So so the topic of the day is if someone you're gonna get married, would you pay thousands of dollars for a wedding or spend some of the money and take the rest and buy your first house together? What says you, Nina?
I feel like if it's a family that is well known in a community and have money, they would probably want to show off and do a big wedding for their kids.
All right, let's just say your family's not paying for it. You are husband and wife. You're doing it. To say there's no family, you're doing it.
So that splits into, I believe, 2 ways. Either you want to put everything in your wedding, money-wise, because that's your dream day and you want to make it special, or if you're the man, you want to make sure that your wife feels like you've done everything to her satisfaction. Sometimes you get thrown away by love. And they say love is blind. Sometimes you may put everything you have for love. And then you find yourself in a position where you made a big mistake and then it's too late.
So for you personally, your wedding day was everything at that time?
You really want to know?
Of course I do. Because I know it really wasn't.
So before I
I
got married as a kid, growing up into my teens, as I was growing, I came here as a teen, and then growing up as a teenager, going into almost 20 years old, I was working every weekend in wedding halls. So I was actually working with DJs, with photographers, with I was doing a lot. I was working all the time. I loved it, and not that I've had much choice because my parents didn't have money. So I worked my way up. So for 7 years, I remember working so much in wedding halls, and I've seen people get married, communions, bar mitzvahs, everything. That place that I worked at was in Great Neck. I worked in a bunch of places, but because that big wedding hall Leonard's was right next to my house, I worked there the most. And I said, if there's a place that I'm ever not getting married at, is in that place, because I see it every weekend. Nothing's going to be special for me. And then came the time when I found my special one and it was ready to get married. We were debating what to do. And he was like, why don't we go for that place? And I said, dude, what are you talking about? I've been living in that place technically, like seriously, really? I'm going to do that. But then I thought about it and I said, okay, fine. I need to buy a house. I need to buy a house and I don't have that much money. I don't have so much help. Yes, I've made money as a teen, but I had fun. You know, when you're a kid, you don't think about the next day. You just spend it all.
Right.
So, of course, I became brighter and I thought more. And we made a decision to marry in that wedding hall. So I got hooked up with everything. You know, obviously I worked with photographers and florists and everything, basically caterers and all of that.
So your wedding didn't come at a price. Like you still were able to get your home and have your wedding, right?
If it wasn't for the place that I worked at and getting hooked up, no, I would never spend so much money.
See, here's the thing. For me, it was the opposite. I already had the house, right? It was a foreclosure. didn't move in, didn't do anything. So my wife got to pick out and we opened the kitchen up, do it before we.
But hold on, before you
Yeah.
got married?
Yes, when we were engaged.
You bought a house before you got
Right,
married?
yes,
Good
yes.
for
So
you.
it kind of worked, it was kind of one of those things that worked like a bang bang. Like
wow,
like just
so cool.
everything worked out. But I'm gonna tell you folks, this question is great as a hypothetical, right? And Nina's playing it all cool. But when you propose to a woman and you give her the ring, she transforms. She could be so like, I don't need this. I don't need that. When you put that engagement ring on that finger, you're looking at limousines, you're looking at Benzes, you're looking at like helicopter rides. Like you're looking at like you clap your hands and you got white pigeons flying on your wedding day. I'm sorry. And guys, if I could advise you on anything, don't believe nothing. Once you give them that ring, they transform. And Nina she's not going to tell us the truth. I need a husband here because I know.
He also came from no money, so he appreciated it.
I don't care. I came from no money. I still found them white pigeons to go over us. We got married. I called Mike Tyson, like, yo, come through with the birds, come through.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious. We were on the water. We got married on the water.
Wow.
And so it was
Fancy.
a beautiful, it was nice. But listen, if I could do it all over again, I would buy a better house. It lasts longer. That memory was great, but the memories we create in the house is just better. But the Bridezilla, when you put that ring on the finger, guys, be prepared. You're going to have to get 5 jobs. You know what I mean? You might need that X app, Twitter. I mean, like, seriously, it's just a different ball game when people want to get married, and some dudes get a little interesting too. But it is God willing, once in a lifetime event. You could always buy a house. Literally, you could always. As a matter of fact, next week we got a great a topic for next week. It's going to be 40 houses under 40, and Nina's going to break it down. But yes, you could always buy and sell real estate, but you're only going to have one marriage, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Make it the most, make it the best. If you think going down into the justice of peace is special for you and that's how you want to do it, that's your choice, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of wax.
No, I mean,
whack.
Yeah.
Like,
it is what it is. Yeah. Some couples choose to go away and get married and do a smaller wedding. It doesn't necessarily mean it costs less.
Right.
But when you have a lot of people, then you have the choices whether you do the sit down dinner or you're gonna do the what do you call it? The catering?
Yes.
No, the buffet. It just depends on your situation. But all in all, if you could save. I tell this to everybody. I tell this to everyone. Save. Don't spend too much money on your wedding. Oh, but it's my first wedding. Not my first wedding. They say, oh, but it's my wedding day. I want it to be special. When I hear them answer like this, I say, okay, dude, I'm done here. I'm not going to convince you otherwise, but those who do listen to me, thank me afterwards.
One of the worst expense, like a lot of stuff you pay for in your wedding is such a waste of money. You know what the number one waste of money thing is to me?
Flowers.
What's number 2?
Hall.
The wedding dress.
Hall?
The hall is great. You have a party, you eat, you're gonna have to pay that. That's not really a waste. But the wedding dress, you're never gonna wear it again. Then if you think you're gonna give it to your kids and then they don't fit it, what's like really like? And then you saving this dress, and then you gotta pay to like have it stored somewhere. Like, I was like, why isn't there a place where you could just... I also
think it's a waste of money.
Yeah, like where you could just rent, like guys rent tuxedos. Why couldn't there be like a wedding dress that you could rent just for that? I don't need to own that crap. I still got my wife's wedding. I'm like looking at it like, why? Like, my daughter is going to be taller than my wife. She's not going to fit that wedding dress. You know what I mean? She's going to need a wedding dress extension or something like.
Yeah.
So sometimes, but again, it's a once in a lifetime ceremony. So it is whatever you make it.
Yeah, for sure. I imported my wedding dress.
I'm sure you did. I told you.
It only cost me $900.
I bet you.
I promise.
$900 20 years ago. Yeah. Okay. So listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't listen to her. I know. But I do hear her negotiate. So I could tell you this. She didn't pay top dollar for a thing. And another thing too, like this is a real estate show and we talk business, right? The beautiful thing about a marriage is you learn to negotiate, you learn to budget,
Compromise.
and you get a preview into the future.
For sure.
Because that compromise, that budget, it ain't going nowhere. When you're paying for school, you're paying for food, you're paying for mortgages. Yes, you're a team.
Yeah. And definitely don't have kids if you don't have money and or help, because then it ruins.
I disagree. Have kids. They could be your dishwasher. They could be.
Have to have.
They're not going to be good because they're going to break your dishes, but still.
No, look, there are religions that believe that every child brings their own blessing.
Right.
Their luck.
Right.
Okay. Fine. All right. But it's expensive and you need help. And if you don't have that help, and if you don't have the money to hire help, who gets hurt? The relationship.
Right. But if you're in real estate and you're getting listings and you're doing what you need to do, you're going to make it.
Yes.
Right. Because we work with people. It's funny. If you work here, you're getting married. Every freaking year, somebody gets married in this company. It's like, what's in the water here?
Excuse me.
What's in the water here? I'm like, every year. Like, I forgot the name of the gentleman. I met him one day. Next thing you know, oh, I'm getting married. I'm like, what?
And 6 pregnancies.
Oh, like,
not including mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, that's how I met you. She was just out of the house. Oh, I just gave birth last week. I'm like, what? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you like what's going on? And she's laughing because it's true. Like she's right out, because at the same time, when you move for your family, you're not gonna lose.
Yeah. Dude, I was locked up in the hospital for 2 months. They had me locked up.
Because nobody told you to have twins. And
I
guys,
did closings.
really
I did
kids.
closings in the hospital. I still have to go visit them.
I'm sure you were closing while you were giving birth.
Not wild, but right before and after. So let's go back to real estate and weddings. Now you got married and you want to buy a house.
Right.
Did you know that you have the option to purchase a house with a non-occupant co-borrower? Do you know what that is?
No, explain that. What is
so it's a new thing that they came out with, non-occupant borrower, meaning you are allowed to buy a house, and if you don't have enough income, your co-borrower, you can bring in someone to your application who doesn't have to live there, okay? Not necessarily going to live there, but they have to be a mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, how she said it, something like that, like an arm's length, like someone that's somehow connected by family.
Right.
Okay. Or something that have to do with a gift, like someone that you can show that gave you money before, like a family relation.
Right.
So a non-occupant co-borrower, it's called. It's a huge plus because someone can have their home already and could still give you their name to buy a house. So that's a huge plus for new homeowners. Makes it easier for you to purchase.
Not only that, right? Like while you're getting married, you could use your wedding as a fundraiser, like a GoFundMe, so that after your marriage, you can use those funds to put down as your down payment as a gift for your house. Right?
How cool.
Right?
Yeah, I heard of that. But tell me more. You have GoFundMe as in like the public GoFundMe?
No, like not necessarily a GoFundMe, but let's just say you ask everybody coming to give you a certain amount, maybe let's just say $150 per person. And let's say you have 300 people at your wedding, right? Let's just say, and that money doesn't go for you to go on your honeymoon. I mean, you probably could, then everybody would just call you a con artist and a scam. But if you hold true to your word, you can create at least $25,000 to $50,000 to put as a down payment on your home.
Have you gone to your honeymoon?
I went on my honeymoon 2 years later because
me too.
Yeah, we were renovating our house, so we were putting in designer kitchens and bathrooms, and what's the most important room for you?
Kitchen.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you're designing these things,
Not that I'm a big kitchen person, but
no,
yeah.
but everybody hangs out in the kitchen.
Yeah,
right?
we
When
hang
you
out
have- yes,
definitely
you
like
hang around
11 p.m. to 1 a.m. We're there.
the kitchen. Like, who needs a dining room, right? I don't even sit in the living room. Like,
No, why?
yeah.
Dining room is fun. Actually, you're right. So that's how I thought of it up until the fact that we bought a house. And then I said, dude, I want a huge dining table, 14 seater. He was like, what are you, crazy? So yeah, 14 seater. I want a separate dining area that I could have a big table all the time and not have to shove plastic chairs whenever people come over, because
Right.
we're a we are a people. We like to have people. So it's fun to have a big dining room table. You should try it.
Well, nowadays there's a lot of transformable type furniture that hides and creates space, because you can do like today more so than it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago. So it's interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still like, even when I go to your house, I hang out in your kitchen. Like I just like go right there, sit there. And
we 15-foot island.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty dope. Like we sit there, like I'm waiting for the sous chef. Like one day your husband took out some meat, and I was mad I had to leave. He was like, "You eat this?" I was like, "Yep, I eat that, brother."
Yeah, we're gonna do something for sure.
Yeah, it was like we trading recipes. I was like, "I can help you cook."
Yeah,
but it is nice that island to sit. So I would say the kitchen is the number one room, and then the bathroom's number two. But the bathroom is the worst place, though. It's like when people come over, I don't want them in my bathroom.
That's why I have a powder room.
That's why I want to build like a porta potty.
Today, I actually was in a very big powder room. I took a video. I'm gonna put it together maybe for next week's show. But I was in a very big powder room, like a bedroom of just toilet and a vanity with a sink. That's it. Not a half a bathroom. Not a stand up shower. Not a just toilet, and then just one.
See, I wanted my powder room to have like a massage table, right? So somebody come out and be like, "Hey, come over and you have your own personal masseuse, and then the chef cooking downstairs, and then your nanny running around with the kids." That's my idea. That's my dream. Like,
Yeah. But a powder room is a big plus to have. Some people buy homes that are renovated without that bathroom on the first floor, and people have to walk up to your bedroom sometimes to the bathroom upstairs, through the stairs, down to the basement. Not fun. So it's very convenient to connect the plumbing from the kitchen to form even not a 5x7 bathroom. You can just have a 4x6.
I don't know. People come over, I just hand them diapers. Yeah.
No, it's a big plus to have a powder room.
Wet wipes and diapers. No, but yes, bathroom. But I just would like a portable potty, so that you go there, you ain't messing up my toilet. No.
And back to being married, newlyweds are now looking for a place, not necessarily wanting to buy. What else could they do? A rent to own, right?
Yes.
So rent to own. So rent to own doesn't stick to specific rules, but it gives you the option, the right of first refusal, okay, where you rent it out, but then the owner, when they decide to sell, they give you the first choice, okay? So you have the first choice to purchase it, or you pre-arrange that a portion of that rental payment will go towards your down payment. So that means in most cases, you'll be paying a little bit more than market value. If let's say it's worth $3,300 to $3,500, you'll pay $4,000, and then every week $500 or $600 the landlord set aside for a down payment. But they also have to know that if you're not in a position to purchase it after so-called whatever time that you agree on, they need to give it back to you. Not fun, and most likely will not be given back to you.
Exactly.
But you need to make sure you have a good attorney to ensure that you have that provision in the contract.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't know, this might be, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I feel like today is more challenging for new homeowners than it was yesterday. So if you need to live with your in-laws for a little bit, right? Or if you need to find a place to, like you said, rent where it's not that expensive, and you could build your war chest or your money up so that you can, and not only move in to your place, but have enough money for furniture, have enough money just in case a roof or there's some issues that you need to take care of, because you're not going to know. It takes about a year or two to really get to know your house. So you're not going to know if the plumbing is that great because you can't see through the walls.
Yeah.
So that's why it's an interesting time. And so you don't want to just buy a house and deplete all your funds as well, because that's kind of sort of how people go into foreclosure, because you spend all your money, then things pop up, then you fall into debt, then you fall behind. So we don't want newlyweds just to take everything they have just to purchase a home either, right?
Yeah. Do you ever have your in-laws come over and sleep over your house?
No comment. Yes, in the beginning. Yes, definitely.
Why in the beginning?
We were newlyweds.
So what? Oh, to help you with the kids?
No, it was before kids. It was just we were newlyweds, and my wife loves her mom, and so just come over and stay the night.
Oh, okay.
Come over with family. You come over, we have family. Like before you have the kids, like it's actually fun. You hang out, but when you have the kids, everything changes.
You're busy with your own family,
right?
Sure.
But in the beginning, yeah, we hang out, we go out. We drove to Virginia with her mom. Like as we were a little family, just me, her, and her mother.
Do you ever sleep in their home?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever sleep in your parents' house?
No.
Okay.
Once I left high school, I've never slept in my mom's house ever again.
Stop it.
Yeah, I was on the streets, guys. I was out. Never went back. Yeah.
Okay.
Last time I stayed there, I was in like my sophomore year in college.
Wow.
And I was out.
And where are they now?
No, my mom's in the Bronx.
Oh.
Yeah, she lives in the Bronx.
Okay.
So I go and see her. I might go see her next week.
Wait, tell me.
It was just her birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday, mother.
Yeah, happy birthday, mom.
You have siblings, Chris?
I talk to her about the podcast all the time. I have a little brother. I have a little brother. I have a brother-in-law who's great. He's a pastor.
Brother-in-law?
Yes.
No, your own sibling.
No, I have two little sisters, two younger sisters.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Sorry, out of subject for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
you have brothers?
I have two brothers and a sister. Yeah.
And a mother that here is heaven. I can't wait to meet her.
My mother is a real estate shark. Yeah.
And have you guys stayed the night with her in her house?
I wish everyone went back to our country. So unfortunately, no one is here.
No, when you go back, do you stay the night in her house?
The only reason we go to visit is to see them.
Okay.
If they were here, I probably would have never gone, but it's far. Listen, it's 11-hour flight with little children. All in all, that just that flight alone is not easy. But we go, we visit. Have you ever been in the Dead Sea? Probably not. Have you gone?
No.
I have an 84-year-old client, you guys. 84-year-old client, Christian man, very nice guy from Haiti. He heard that the Dead Sea is so beautiful and so good for your skin, and you have the very famous church in Jerusalem. He went there, and I didn't know there's a whole thing, like a prearranged trips to Israel for Christians. You also have for Catholics and for other religions, but he had a blast. That dude was ready to move there.
Okay.
Everyone should visit Israel, you guys.
Well, we are definitely down to take that 10-hour flight?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like flying, so that's gonna be very.
I don't like flying. You don't hate flying more than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah, I do. I hate the whole traveling. I hate the guys. I wish we had time. My Vegas trip was wild, wild.
I may go. I may
canceled my flight coming back, then would not refund me the money I had to pay to stay an extra night. I am heated. They rejected my talking about, it was out of their control. How's it out of your control? You didn't have a plane. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. Guys, it was so great talking to you tonight. We hope that you enjoyed the show.
Yes, I always enjoy being here with you, Chris. Thank you so much for a beautiful evening. Have a good night, and we'll see you in a week.
Good night, and God bless.
Bye.